He is a British playwright, presenter, and mathematician, and the writer behind some of my favourite children's books, Kjartan Poskitt.
You haven't read my book, and that book it did okay in this country. In America, it did $500,000 in 6 months. One of my mates I was at uni with might be the next Archbishop of Canterbury.
You had an act when you were in university with your comedy group that involved a ventriloquist dummy that wasn't able to speak.
As we're coming back through customs, we got stopped and very suspicious of these English students who'd gone to Canada and come back thinking it was a drugs thing going on. And of course, they find this puppet. And because I've been playing with the puppet so much and used it for so many gigs, it was all very warm, very, very stitched up, and they just thought it was full of stuff. And they said, hey, okay, give us a doll, we're going to rip this open. The guy got his knife, I said, oh, please don't do that. And as soon as the old bill came around the corner, or a copper, like smoke had disappeared. It's extraordinary. Yes, I was with this band when they had a single in the charts. Me and Hugh Laurie and Emma Thompson, we all did our first TV job together.
When you're working with these people, do you know that they're going to go on to great things?
And in the BBC canteen, you saw everybody. Right, this is my best name drop. He was just a showbiz legend. Sometimes people were terribly abusive to him. Transport cafe at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he'd already been awake for 24 hours, and people were just chucking stuff at him, trying to wind him up. He'd never let me forget that. Never let me forget. He's a horrible, horrible man. That's who I rubbed shoulders with. And my mum was never going to be proud of me jumping around being an idiot on the telly. But as soon as I was an author, oh, my son's an author, you know. And they say that book is still selling. Oh, how many tens of thousands a year around the world, and I was just amazed. Within about a year, it was in about 20 languages. The one big tip about writing is... Now
that is fantastic advice. We'll put that in the trailer.
It's hard though. It's not easy. It's hard.
You know, quite an inventive name as well. I wonder where you got that from.
Zebras are born running. You have to sit in a bath with lots of washing up liquid, eat a lot of beans, and then count the bubbles coming off the bath. AI would never have come up with that in 1,000 years. If Celine Dion sang all the vowels in her name one at a time, the chorus of what song would she be singing?
But if I had to press you for one singular answer on this one...
Sorry, you made me laugh now. Right, give us a minute. And I thought, this is Cheryl Baker!
I sort of like catching people off guard with that question, though.
Oh, you've been right through, haven't you?
Oh, I've been right through, yes.
You found me tax return and everything, haven't you?
Roald Dahl, that's a big name in your industry. What's it like being nominated for a prize with his name on it?
Oh, that's tricky, isn't it? The actual truth is, and it's the only time I've been on stage to pick up a prize and I burst into tears. Wow, isn't that? I would be unbearable if that happened. No, that'd be fantastic.
You've done over 2,500 live events in around 20 years.
Gosh, sometimes like 1,000 people come to see me. It's strangely awkward, really.
More people have listed when they were asked what their fear is as public speaking than death.
I think my wife's number one fear is hearing me public speaking.
We're in a whole new kind of era of human psychology, of things that never would have been a problem 20 years ago, even 10 years ago.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you should be writing the maths books. I love that. But the really good news is you need to have the talent. You know, hopefully the best will break through. There's an opportunity for anybody. And I have to say, I think that's probably better. Oh, blimey, drop that in, why don't you?
To me, it's so sort of modern and ahead of its time. It really does touch on those themes of toxic masculinity and that sort of thing, which authors take great pain to kind of include in their works today. And you say that it kind of came quite naturally.
Well, this is my addiction, really.
They do inform everything about where they've become as a person. Your name came from a book, and now you write books for a living. I mean, that's quite remarkable.
That's a really weird observation. I mean, one thing that every children's author gets absolutely sick to the back teeth on.
How would you like your life's work to be remembered?
God, that is a very good question. I was the star, trust me, mate. And so I took out a mortgage, and then the whole production folded. You know, one of the nicest things about being an author is, and so they said, why don't we just ask the weird bald fella who wears a tartan scarf on a hot day and see if he writes a book? And I thought, we've got a book here.
Such a short period of time in your life, 6 weeks, has affected the next 40 years. I mean, it's quite motivational to kind of live every day as though it's going to be that day that changes your life.
You look terrified. This could be strange. Good luck.